This thing on. We're in Chengdu. Whipping up some dinner. This is the Chengdu kitchen of our apartment. Working with limited tools, as is always the way. Plenty of cutlery and utensils here. Yes. Plenty of cutlery and utensils here, which is a nice change. Unfortunately, only one gas hob that works. So that makes it a bit more difficult to cook. So we're having a nice Chinese spaghetti basilico, which is pretty easy. Today we went to see the pandas at the Chengdu Panda Basin Research, which is pretty cool. So lots of pandas in a reasonably natural habitat. Still a zoo, so you know. But it was good fun and definitely worth going to. Definitely worth us coming all the way to Chengdu. Really, the reason we came here was to see pandas. So we did that, which is pretty good. And it's a bit of a whistle stop really. We've had a day out and about in the city, a day with some pandas. Won't do much tomorrow, I don't think. And then the day after that, we're off to Shanghai. Going on the overnight train to Shanghai, 29 hours. So not much space on there, but looking forward to that as well, because when you're in a little space and you're on a train, you're stuck, there's nothing you can do, so you have to just do nothing, which is unusual. We'll probably have no internet, no mobile phones, so we'll be isolated in a small confined space. What could possibly go wrong with that? Dodgy food on the train probably. No, it'll be good. And then Christmas in Shanghai, which I think is one really cool thing, is just the lack of Christmas. That what we've noticed is that, you know, in the UK and probably in other Western countries, pretty much, ooh, that sounds good, doesn't it? You pour the jar in. Pretty much from mid-November, Christmas is all consuming. So you're thinking, oh, what are we going to do at Christmas? And you're making plans and buying presents and sending cards. And this year, aside from one or two gifts that we've picked up on the way that we haven't posted yet, so no one's getting them for Christmas anyway, we've not had to think about it at all. What's interesting, again, apart from one or two comments, our girls have not even really mentioned it. They haven't been obsessed by it. They're not fussed that they're missing out really. They're not even really giving it a great deal of thought, which is good, because it's such a consumer nightmare really. So far away from, you know, what Christmas is supposed to be, but what it has become is very different, and so it's really good that they're actually not being submerged in Christmas, and they're dealing with it absolutely fine, and they're sort of aware that, you know, we can't buy them lots of stuff when we're on the road, not going to get much stuff. We'll also have a good Christmas day, whatever that involves, but you know, it's going to be very different from anything we've had before. Yeah, so we're about 5.5 months of travelling now, and so are we nearer the end of what we're going to do? Are we going to go back? You know, these are the questions that are coming up now, and we've got to maybe start to plan towards whatever happens after this, if anything. So the conversations with that are just ongoing. We never seem to know definitively one way or another. But you know, there's so much to enjoy, and like being in a place like China and the places that we've been in China so far, which is just, you know, very few other tourists we've seen. And even at a place like today, which is a tourist spot, it's the thing to do in Chengdu, even at a place like that, you know, there's no other tourists around, don't think or any other Westerners all day. So we're very much the only Westerners in town, it feels like, which is a nice way, and it makes you really feel like you're exploring a bit more, and not just in a tourist place or, you know, where everyone goes. Follow that regular trail of places to visit. So, you know, things like that make it so enjoyable being on the road. And you know, there's difficulties that come up on the way. You know, we have troubles with dealing with our girls at times, which is very frustrating. That's just parenting, I suppose, and some days Jessica deals with it well and I don't, and other days I deal with it well and she doesn't, and we mostly avoid days when neither one of us deals with it very well. So there's always someone who's giving some thought and consideration to the girls, and making sure that they're, you know, getting a lot out of it. They're not struggling too much with it. So, but you know, there's times when we have arguments, and that makes it feel like, you know, why are we arguing when we should be really enjoying all this that we're doing? But you know, we argue because we're a family, we're opinionated a lot, and we argue with each other. It's what we do, but we always manage to get past it, and you know, we move on, and the fun continues. So anyway, that's where we're at the moment. Having lots of fun. By the time anyone sees this, it's probably well past Christmas, so hope everyone had a great Christmas and a Happy New Year 2018 maybe, and keep watching the videos. Press like down below. Yep, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around every once in a while, you could miss it.